Hey guys, it's Tombox here. I just got home from work and the ban list is out for September 2018. Oh, what a lovely ban list this is. And doesn't seem like too much is going to change except for some of the speed adjustments. And you know what? Let's just go over this ban list. And you know what? This is something that a lot of people don't do, is that they don't compare it with their predictions. So I compared it with my predictions as well, so we can make fun of me for being a dumbass. Yeah, it's Tombox, you freaking scrub. But let's talk about this ban list and kind of talk about some of the upcoming things about it. I want to go over it in more depth, but I actually have to go after this video, so hopefully this video makes it to you guys safe and sound. So starting off with Samsara Lotus, banned off. I don't know the reason why. Can you guys tell me why this card is banned? Leave it down in the comment section below. Nightmare Goblin is banned. This has major impacts towards Goki, has major impacts towards TRICKSTAR Sky Striker, because that was the one basically 2-card OTK with a firewall loop. That's gone. That takes away a lot of big impact plays. And then we also have MX Saber Invoker, taking that away from Goki as well, so making the junk forward play maybe not so good anymore. Maybe it's still good because Isolde is not hit at all. In terms of forbidden cards, that was it. Sorry, now for limited cards we have a Assault Core. Sorry, ABC players. Man, that is rough. Losing like one of your key components. I don't know why this card's hit. It's not really doing too much in the TCG meta, but perhaps it has influence coming from the OCG land. It is a bit unfortunate why they're hitting some of these cards that I didn't even thought it was possible to be hit. And welcome back, Stratos. Stratos is now free. Sorry, let me correct that. Stratos, you are not free, but I guess you are hero support for the upcoming hero stuff. You're off the ban list for now. You're not completely free. You're on house arrest. You just got out of prison. You're on house arrest, probation. I don't know what to say. But of course, you know, if you have bad behavior, you could get sent back right in there. So don't hang out with Shadow Mist a bit too much, alright? Yeah, because you could get thrown right back in, so be a little careful. Another card off the ban list that has not been off the ban list in like forever, Morphing Jar. This was banned from Empty Jar back in the day, and I guess it's back. I suppose this is supposed to be... I'm not even speaking properly. I suppose that this is going to be support for the Danger deck, giving them a discard outlet to refill their entire hand. I think this card is going to be busted if you hit into it at the wrong timing. People have to get used to hitting set Morphing Jars once again, and I don't think it's that bad. A lot of things can destroy face down cards now. It's not that big of an issue. And also, Morphing Jar can technically get Ash if they flip it on their own. You can probably stop them from doing it if they're already under draw and then you hit it. You know, it's still a possibility. There's lots of ways to work around it. You can still use Chalice. There's Impermanence if they flip it themselves. So if you swing into it, that's a different case. It becomes a little bit harder. In terms of Pendulum Hate, well, your Electromite's down to 1. You already lost your Starving Venom. Now you're down to 1 Electromite. Can you still play? Can you still stick with the game plan? I don't know. Maybe you can. It's possible. If there's anyone that can stick with the game plan all the way to the end, it's going to be Trife Gaming. Of course, now we also have Omega. Cyframe load Omega to 1. I'm not sure if that makes any big difference. A lot of decks only ran 1 at the time. But Cyframe decks, I'm sorry, collateral damage. You're taking down to 1 Omega. Omega was a really annoying monster, and it saved itself half the time whenever it died. And I guess long-term damage, you hurt zombie decks as well. You hurt Lightsworn Mill decks as well. Man, I guess you're kind of splashed all over the place. Now, in terms of big explosive news, we have Excite-A-Knight. Excite-A-Knight is back at 1. So for those of you guys who have not gone and buy your copy of Excite-A-Knight or got a reprint of Excite-A-Knight, I suggest you do so very soon. Blowing up the board completely. Wow, maybe they actually heard our stupid little game. Well, our stupid little game where we talked about freeing Excite-A-Knight. Well, I guess it's free now. One unexpected card that could take a hit here is a Hero Lives, a consistency card from Heroes. But I guess if you take Stratos into Shadow Mist can go a little bit further than normal, perhaps. I don't know. Would you go a Hero Lives on Stratos, or would you go a Hero Lives on Shadow Mist? That choice is up to you. Card Destruction is back. We haven't seen this card since Dragon Ruler days, back in like, what, 2013? It's been a while, Dragon Rulers, but I guess this is, again, more discard outlet. That BA Danger deck is starting to look pretty damn good. And not only the BA Danger deck, There's so many decks that can abuse this card. And it's going to be, I guess, your sack card of the deck. Now, in terms of Sky Striker hate, Engage didn't get hit, but as predicted, Drone was the card to take a hit. Drone, well, obviously, was the key combo card, allowing this card to live, lets a lot of other decks splash it. And because this was the token card, they took this one away, kept the Engage. You can still play Sky Strikers at 1 Drone, you just have to play more Rays. And that is actually a major hit because this is a much quicker 3 of, and having this one at 3 makes it so that you don't have to commit to a normal summon. In other words, you can't really do the same plays. I guess for Sky Striker decks that are still running 1 copy of this, that's fine. But Kagari, of course, not limited. Is it already limited? I don't know. It's not? Well, I guess this is what we have now. So unlike OCG where they already touched Kagari, we still have Kagari at 3, so I think we're fine. In terms of Super Poly coming back, lots of cards coming out of the ban list. I'm guessing the prison's a bit overcrowded, so we gotta, you know, loosen up here. Super Poly is back. What's it for? I can see Thunder Dragons really abusing this. I can see Cyber Dragons abusing this. I can see so many things happening with this card that I know that it's going to become a very problematic card. I can see also Prank Kids using it as well. And for some of those mirror matches. And also, maybe you can use this card to fuse into... Actually, you can't really fuse into anything really cool right now. Well, leave it down in the comment section below what you would use Super Poly for, because I'm definitely shoving that card into my Thunder Dragon deck once I get it. And I can also use it for Invoked as well. Invoked didn't get touched here. On to Semi-Limits. Semi-Limits, I guess you can't really see the Semi-Limit in the blue, but you guys see number 2 right here. Semi-Limits, we have Cosmos Bank Destroyer back. I guess the Community Destroyer is back. If any card represents Oscar, it is that one card right there. I see that Cosmos aren't really doing too much of anything right now, but it is still a very strong card. It cannot be targeted. Don't forget about that. And it does tether into a different monster. We'll see how that takes Cosmos. Cosmos may have a chance to come back. Call by the Grave taking a dip to 2. I'm not sure how I feel about this. Some people already ran the card at 2. It didn't affect them, but it does lose a bit of consistency. You know, the 2 of, everyone gets pissed off when it comes to, oh, I'm gonna run 2 of something, and then the whole internet flames up, oh my god, it's like you can't make up your mind. Well, this is, well, you're forced to not make up your mind anymore. Limiter removal to 2. Cyber Dragons are getting a bit of a buff here. If I was Cyber Dragon, I would play this card now because it has increased consistency. You could just surprise OTK your opponent. And if you're going to be playing Sky Strikers, I also recommend using this card now because, well, it's there. Can you imagine? You can use a Hornet Drone and potentially just OTK your opponent. And there's an option. Scapegoat down to 2. I knew that this card was going to get touched one way or another, but that being said, it is a very degenerate card. But without Goblin, it's not as bad because you're not getting a free normal summon that offers you an additional plus. Terraforming getting hit, called it. I called this one because they're gonna sample it, see how it goes with just lowering the consistency of the powerful field spell. Although I do feel really bad for ABC because ABC not only did lose the A-Core, now you're gonna lose out on the Terraforming as well. In terms of 3-Os, welcome back to the game. We have Clifford Towers, also called this one because it has no major impact whatsoever. However, Scout is still limited, so you still can't pay 8 to feel great. Disc Commander is now at 3, assuming this is the errata Disc Commander that is once per duel. Okay, and you can't really use it on the turn that's sent to the graveyard or something like that. It's very limited. In terms of return Burrow from different dimensions, would have loved this card back in the day. During Zombies, but now it's back and it doesn't exactly have as much impact as before. The game speed is different, the meta is different, and it doesn't rely as much on the banish pile. And Ring of Destruction is back. Yay, Chain Burn player. Yay, people that love to burn people for game. Yeah, well, there you have it. That's the entire list. For us, what does it mean? Trickstars, you're still a deck, okay? Trickstars, still a deck. Goki, I think you can still play Goki, not as consistent for sure. Isolde is still a thing. You might shift over to Heroes. Upcoming cards like Thunder Dragon decks from Soul Fusions, that's probably going to be a thing as well, especially with the hits. Now, Altergeist seems like a very solid choice now, especially with the consistency of the other decks going down. Altergeist solid choice right now. I guess True Draco, I believe they remain untouched. In fact, there may be a couple of cards in here that could work in their favor. That being said, yeah, True Draco is still possibly a very strong deck. What else is there? A lot of hits are towards more of the degenerate stuff. Stuff that you guys are probably disappointed about TRICKSTAR is that Reincarnation, Droll, still a thing, and probably is going to be an even bigger thing. If it becomes a problem, there is a chance where Konami does do an emergency list in tournament settings where they would limit those things. But is TRICKSTAR much weaker now that they've lost the firewall combo? I don't know. I feel like they are still as strong as ever. They did lose a scapegoat and one terraforming. So in terms of losing cards, you can still put in a card destruction and you can still do some pretty massive damage, in my opinion. And you can use card destruction to do that stupid loop. So something for you guys to consider. So, you know, TRICKSTAR, slap on the wrist. Goki took a pretty solid hit when it comes to the opening play, but after the opening play I think they're fine. Pendulums took a dip. In terms of anything else, what else is meta? I feel really bad for ABCs. Yeah, that's about it for that part. They're preparing for the next format. It's gonna be heroes, maybe ninjas, I don't know. There's lots of fun decks that are available, and I hope you guys enjoy the new format coming up. Sky Strikers will be a little bit different. I'm not sure how I feel about it, but we'll see. And yeah, maybe you want to play Spirals again. Seems like that's an option as well. Okay, like I said before, I was going to compare the ban list with my previous prediction, and I already highlighted the ones I got right. And prediction accuracy. Let me just turn this off. There we go. Much more clear now. In terms of ban stuff, I predicted that the MX Saber was going to go because it's just too easy to use and facilitated way too many combos, immediately allowing you to go into Isolde. I think that is a bit dangerous in my opinion. It's too free. It's starting to net you multiple pluses. And yeah, instead of taking away Isolde, they took away MX Saber Invoker because that is the older card. Stratos was unbanned for not a joke when my prediction. If you go back to that prediction, I didn't say it was a joke. I wouldn't put it at 3 because if you actually put it at 3, because Stratos can't search Stratos, it could lead to some sort of looping. But with the Goblin ban, maybe not as much. But if you do abuse Stratos, he is likely to go back into the Shadow Realm. I said Hornet Drone was going to be the card to go. I did not say Engage was going to go because Drone is the one that is splashed into every deck. If you hit the Drone, no one can splash Sky Striker and everything, and it is inconsistent. If you put Engage into your deck and you only have that Drone, you better be shoving Widow Anchors in your build as well because, yeah, what else are you going to put in there? But honestly, would you play one Drone, one Afterburner, and then one copy of, say, the, I don't know, Widow Anchor, whatever tech that you want to use? That is an option you can consider, but it is definitely less consistent now because drones is what allowed you to get that combo piece, that initial piece to get things going. So invoked Sky Strikers. I don't know how you guys are going to play now. In terms of Super Poly, I didn't predict that. That's just me doing a bad Photoshop job. And to Scapegoat, I said it was going to get limited. Instead, it got semied, so kind of close enough. Say I was half right on this one. Terraforming, I did call this one out. And Towers, okay, let's go back to Terraforming for a second. Terraforming, I did mention this one. And I've been putting it on the list for a while now because OCG does have it limited for quite some time because they understand the power of being able to search cards. If you're running 3 copies of Terraforming and then your 3 field spells also search a card, think about how consistent your deck actually became. Which is why I'm more and more likely going to change up my build a little bit. I don't know how I'm going to deal with the invoked Sky Striker deck that I currently have at hand. I got to figure out what I'm going to do with that deck. But maybe I'm probably just going to jump ship and just go back to TRICKSTARS and see how that one goes. Towers, I called it because it did nothing. That was kind of an easy guess. But the other 3 cards in the release side, I did not predict. And if you guys wanted me to confirm it, here you go. Here are my prediction cards from last time. There's my entire list. You guys can make fun of me. You guys said, oh my god, Tom Box, you hit MX Saber Invoker. Oh my god, you're a terrible person. I'm like, it's collateral damage. And like I said, whenever Konami hits anything, there is always going to be collateral damage. Nightmare decks are taking a hit because they lose their goblins. They're losing their middle piece to do a U board. For some people might use Unicorn in the middle. That's up to them. But what are your thoughts on this ban list? I would love to hear your thoughts regarding this particular topic, because it's a hot topic, it's a ban list, and I know I didn't want to waste any more of your time, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit me up with a thumbs up, please, and hit the subscribe button if you want to see more of Kenny and myself. Huge shout outs to my newest Patreons. I gotta go, guys. The time is running really low. And so, Ethan, what do you think about this ban list? Yeah, it sounds like a good ban list. Well, until next time, don't forget to hold on to your MST.TV, and I'll see you guys in the next ones for some updated deck profiles. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please drop us a like so we know we are doing a good job, and you can also subscribe to MST.TV for more fantastic videos by clicking on the button on the left. Don't forget to check out our partners at Imperium Duelist. They make really high quality mats, including some of my own limited edition release stuff. And if you want to check out one of our past videos, click here on the right. As always, don't forget to hold on to your MST.TV, and I'll see you next time.